Hello my friends, and welcome to Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. A game whose reputation precedes it, with a manual that can be seen from space. It holds the, and I don't know if it's an enviable position, but it holds the position of being thought to be one of the most complicated World War II strategy games out there. Now, I am not typically a fan of complication for the sake of complication, so I've never touched the game. But you guys voted for it. You guys wanted to see it, and so here we are. Now, the game actually seems to start in... the only thing I've done is gone to the options menu and turn the music down, because the music was pretty loud. But the game starts with human versus human mode. And so you can choose to play both sides, which I guess would be fine for Hot Seat, but it doesn't make much sense for you if you're wanting to play the game. So, since almost every World War II game that you ever play, the campaign is, you play as Germany. You pretty much always play as Germany in World War II games. I have set the axis to computer and we're going to play as the Russians. Because why not? Difficulty levels, there is easy, normal, challenging, hard, and impossible. I'll stick it on challenging because... So this is the thing. I don't know if this game was designed so that normal difficulty is actually a difficulty level that just a normal human being could settle down and play and win. Or whether normal is actually, already going to be super hard. So, I have heard that impossible is next to impossible. And I've also heard that impossible is not fun to play. So, this game apparently has a little bit of the same reputation as Strategic Command. I want to say Strategic Command. Where playing on the hardest difficulty is not fun. So anyway, since I've never played the game before and apparently it's really difficult to get into, I'm gonna stick it on challenging. Normal would probably be too easy for me, so I'll leave it at that. And then there is a pick scenario rather than just start game. There's an introductory scenario. There's a few introductory scenarios. And then there just seems to be campaigns. 1941 campaign, I think, is the campaign that they want you to play. I think maybe we should probably just start with the introductory campaigns. And then move on to the 1941 campaign, which I think the 1941 campaign is the meat of the game. Let's start by doing the introductory scenarios. I don't know what I'm getting myself into here, but this game has quite a reputation. So, but I didn't want to. So when there was some realization that I was going to end up playing this on the Patreon, a number of people actually sent me guides and stuff on how to play, and I didn't feel like I wanted to change my approach to games. Basically, you know, learn about the game in advance. I didn't want to change my approach to games just for one particular game, just because it has a reputation. Occupied by the Germans since 1941, city of Velikie Luki, I guess. I don't know how that's pronounced, but I'll go with that. Has great strategic value due to the main north-south railway line running just west of the city in Novosoko Leniki, as well as the city's own rail network. Just as strategic for the Soviets as the Germans, the city dominated the region and would therefore be a natural point for fighting. Okay, we have glorious NATO counters, which I'm not a fan of. I've never been a fan of NATO counters in games. I don't know if there's any way to change them into little representations of what they're supposed to be. You know, for an introductory scenario, there sure is very little tutorial. Okay, Rifle Brigade, Rifle Division. This is the number of men. Number of anti-tank guns. Supplies, I guess. Fuel and ammunition. Change unit status. Okay. No air directive selected. Ground support. Execute air directives. Establish new airfield. Information screens. Okay. This is the schedule, right? So I'm going to presume that this is different parts of the day. So normally what you would want to do in World War II combat is you'd want to soften up the enemy with airstrikes and artillery and then push them. Since we're on the offensive here. Okay. There's a whole lot going on here and none of it intuitive. Let's execute air directives, but it's really not obvious at all. Okay, we can see weather, victory location, enemy hexes. Even just simple stuff like moving units is not obvious. Okay. Logistics, that's fine. Combat delays. Okay, Okay, this is all the things that are in it. Can't really see what kind of... I mean, this is a fortification. And a town. I don't seem to be able to see what kind of units are in there. Maybe I'm supposed to execute. Because it says here, execute air directives, right? Maybe I'm supposed to actually do the aircraft, like maybe it's in phases. There's an aircraft phase and then an infantry phase or something along those lines, right? That would make sense. And look, I can actually pick a unit here. That's reserves. Using automated air system. Okay, air directive summary. Okay, 2 directives, recon and then ground support. 3rd Shock Army. Recon 199129. 199129, I bet it's this tile here. Does it show me the grid? Nope. Oh, it's there. It's the HQ. Okay. So it's going to recon this. And it's going to support the 3rd shock. Let me just turn this off so I can see the divisions. 3rd shock, 3rd shock. Okay, alright, I get it. So it's going to recon. It's already set to recon this and support this. So I'm going to presume that once we can move on the ground phase, we will just move in here. Okay. Okay, I lost 1 plane. Scouting. Okay, alright. So now we can use our units, I'm gonna presume. Fly weather, poor. Move mode, rail mode, naval mode. Right, how do I turn off this this overlay? Soft factor. You know, just I miss being able to right-click boxes to close them. Okay, let's okay, show battles, 3rd Air Army. That's great and everything. Can I now not show that battle? Let's just go somewhere. Nope, it lingers. Let's show our doctrine screen. Let's trying to figure out how to turn off this box. Toggle the shift key and toggle the control key, just what you wanted. Can I delete it? No. Okay. Can I move there? Hold down shift key for deliberate attack. Can you actually... send everyone and their dog after the after these guys? I do like a coordinated attack. Okay, well, an attack definitely happened. Wins 0, losses 1. But where's the damage report? I mean, in theory, being attacked from all directions should have resulted in pretty solid amount of damage being done. Information screens. It's not really showing me what is important is how much damage I did, how much damage I took, and what is the status of this unit. And there must be an information screen somewhere that gives me some idea of how much damage this unit took and what is there. this unit's not able to move. Okay, that's the amount of action points they've got, I presume. This is a support unit. Mechanized. Frozen for 1 turn. Okay. Therein lies the problem. Are these guys out of action points? Apparently not. Logistics report, commander's report. Okay, that's truly not helpful. So that battle screen appears and then disappears in seconds. So it's almost impossible to see what happened or the information on it. You can't tell me that they didn't lose a single man during any of these attacks. Not a single Axis unit was lost while being attacked from all directions. Okay, well. I'm trying to see the actual... I seem to be losing units constantly, and this guy seems to not be. Sure, we'll just let the AI manage the depots. Let's just see what happens. Man, it really is very impenetrable, the game. Even just really obvious stuff that should be super important, like how many APs a unit has got, types of attacks you can make, they're not obvious. It's not obvious at all. Okay, so he just moved in a load of supplies. Friendly losses, 4,000. Okay. See, this position seems really exposed because there's no river here. You can't zoom in, so I can't actually zoom into the terrain anymore. You can zoom out, but you can't zoom in to see the terrain more closely. But there's no river here. There's a river here. So this is a bad position to defend, you would think. Being completely surrounded. No, let's change the air directives. You know what? Actually, it's fine. Because we're reconning this whole area, aren't we? So... It's reconning this area, which is what we want to do. Weather, very poor. Okay. Deliberate attack. Attacker combat value 45.2. Defender combat I'm going to presume CV means combat value 61.0. This is a three-pronged attack on a pocket position. I took massively more damage than they did there. If I remember correctly, the objective here was to attack and win these positions. This is like a bridging unit, I believe. This is okay. I pushed them back, but I was not able to I was not able to do any more than that. This is a support unit, or should be. Actually, that could be tanks. To be fair. Okay, I've actually got information at the bottom of what's in this unit. Or at least what I know about it. This just doesn't seem like a lot. This is 61 units of infantry, 124 support, 83 with squad weapons, like 300 infantry total. And some artillery and such. Though this may be based on my limited reconnaissance of the front line position here. Current turn 1223. Hotkey list. Okay, this is the Third Air Army. Yeah, this is not going to happen, is it? Okay, they seemingly actually took more damage than I did there. Okay, yeah, this game has definitely earned its reputation, hasn't it? It's just an incomprehensible mess of UIs. And I'm not necessarily sure that's a good thing. I mean, it feels to me like this is a very similar game to Decisive Campaigns. The Decisive Campaigns series, War in the Ardennes. But just way more impenetrable. Not necessarily any deeper, potentially. I mean, that game has the same kind of thing, where you've got brigades and divisions and so on, with all the equipment individually calculated for each thing, with men and supply and so on. But I'm not really feeling it here. Friendly losses, 2,000. Alright. More partisans behind German lines. Okay. Defender CV, 102. So he's just not getting through there. But we we could get through there. They retreated and I took way more damage. I'm going to presume that the deliberate attack uses all of your action points. But apparently not, because those units are still available. I think if you hover over a position, it maybe shows all the units that could attack. Yeah, it's just not obvious, is it? It's just not obvious. Like, where's the action points for this unit? Got a table of equipment here. Although maybe that stands for something else. You know, where are the action points? Where are the most critical details? That is what bothers me. Where is the number of action points for this unit? I have like 10 action points up here. Make a depot behind the lines. That costs 1 action point. Yep. I don't know, man. Obviously, I need to go away and look at the manual. But it feels to me like it's just obtuse for the sake of it. That's what's bugging me so far. I think you know, I've played decisive campaigns. It's a game very similar in concept, and yet it does not feel so impenetrable as this does. Normally you can get by just making good moves. You know, surround units, right, and attack them from all directions is a great way to get work done. But it's not working out here. It may be deliberate, like this just may be an unassailable position, and what they really want you to do is go around it. So I had started to do that by trying to pen the sides, as it were. But it's not helping. And how do you know? Like, I can attack with these, but not with these. But I can with these. But not with all of these together. Even though they all appeared that, even though they're all, except I can. So why is it not showing the icon? It's truly confusing. I can see why so many people wanted me to look at this. I don't know. Anyway, we're out of time for a first episode. I will come back to this. Rethink. Well, I'm gonna go and have a look at the manual and see if there's some basics in there that I'm missing. But considering in this mission I'm supposed to be the attacker, I am not really feeling like I have a lot of firepower to actually attack with. Yeah. Alright. That's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.